I've already said that I think that Kevin O'Connell should be coach of the year. But it is amazing what we've got this big game on Sunday night. The Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings to decide the number one overall seed. These teams have 14 wins apiece. Just outstanding seasons from both the Lions and from the Minnesota Vikings. But think about the quarterbacks that these teams had and the perception of those quarterbacks 3 to 4 years ago, right? For the Lions, it was Jared Goff. The Rams couldn't win with Jared Goff. Sean McVay wanted to get rid of Jared Goff because he couldn't win enough games. Jared Goff played well for a little while in LA. They made runs. They were a good team. Couldn't get it done against the New England Patriots. Time to move on. Bring in Matt Stafford. First year they win the Super Bowl. It must have been Jared Goff. Jared Goff is in Detroit. Public consensus, public opinion of Jared Goff wasn't very high. You got a quarterback like Sam Darnold, cast out from everywhere. I didn't think he was going to have as much success as he had in Minnesota. I don't think anybody. Some people were higher on Sam Darnold. I was a Sam Darnold truther like 2 to 3 years into his career, but even I kind of soured a little bit on Sam Darnold. Even I didn't think that Sam Darnold was going to be able to do what he did now. So I held on to my belief for longer than most, but then even I abandoned my belief and didn't think he was going to be able to do what he did here. I don't think anybody's going to tell you that Sam Darnold and Jared Goff, if they were playing with Raheem Morris on the Atlanta Falcons, would be having the season that they are. I don't think these guys would be having the season if they're playing in Cleveland or playing at probably half the teams out there. It goes to show how important pairing a good coach who can not just call good plays, but design sound offense, understand when to throw the football, understand strategies of optimizing your offense, how to attack the defense, when to be aggressive in games, how much to pass the football, how to utilize play action, pre-snap motion, general concepts that have success, forward-thinking teams. These are the coaches that are elevating quarterbacks like Sam Darnold and like Jared Goff. Most coaching staffs out there would not be able to elevate them like they are. They would not be sitting here like they are. And so that's why I get so frustrated with certain ownership groups like the McCaskies and the Chicago Bears, or like Arthur Blank of the Atlanta Falcons, when they cannot seem to understand the right types of coaches that they should be hiring here. Because coaches set the stage for ultimate success. You could have a good team, but with a bad coach, it's going to be hard to you're going to be overcoming impediments along the way. And I look no further than a team like the Buffalo Bills, who, in my opinion, the overall strength of that roster and the talent of a quarterback like Josh Allen should have by this point been in a Super Bowl. I understand Patrick Mahomes is a freak. I understand you have to get past Patrick Mahomes if you're going to be able to get to the Super Bowl. There's no reason, though, in one of these games in the postseason that the Buffalo Bills should not have been able, with the collection of talent, to win one of those games to then advance to the Super Bowl. To give Josh Allen a chance, in my opinion, they probably would have ultimately had success, just like Mahomes has had, and won a Super Bowl for the Buffalo Bills. But it's because I don't view Sean McDermott as that type of a coach who's going to ultimately do all the little tricks and all the little things that are going to be able to get his team to excel to the highest degree. Now, we don't know yet if Kevin O'Connell can get there, but he certainly has elevated this offense to a stratosphere that I don't think anybody thought they would be able to reach before the season started. So, Ben Johnson, obviously one of the hottest commodities this offseason, and for good reason. He should have been the hottest commodity for the last 2 years. And we'll see where he ends up. But the point being, if you don't have one of these guys that are at the forefront of this thought process, you're playing a step behind. Patrick Mahomes, I do not mean this as a slight. Patrick Mahomes is not Patrick Mahomes without Andy Reid. The way we perceive Patrick Mahomes, the multi-time Super Bowl winner, trying to go for 3 straight that no team has ever done before, winning all these awards. Like, Mahomes is phenomenal. Probably the best quarterback in the NFL every year. Could win the MVP. I mean, he's had down years. He's not going to win it this year, nor does he deserve to win it this year. The point is, if you're drafting a quarterback, how are you not saying Mahomes is the best in the NFL? He's not having an MVP season this year, but he's the best quarterback probably. But he's not winning as many games as he is without Andy Reid there, helping design the offense, strategize for opponents, call the plays at the right time, make the adjustments, like all of these little things. That's where some teams are just never going to cut it. And kudos to what we're seeing from Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions. And obviously kudos to what we're seeing from Kevin O'Connell with the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold, etc.